Trump versus Elon. Who would likely emerge as the victor between these two? We're talking about a war between the MAGA greats. Literally the most wealthiest person on the planet versus allegedly the most powerful person on the planet. And I'll throw allegedly in there because people believe that there are folks that may be more powerful than the U.S. president or more wealthier than Elon Musk. But nevertheless, the wealthiest versus the most powerful. Who would likely emerge from this battle that they have now going back and forth? My take is it's kind of obvious, but I want to give you a little bit more in-depth detail on this. Now, make no mistake about it. Elon literally purchased his way to where he's at. A couple years ago, everyone that favored Elon amongst the ranks of MAGA were referring to him as a liberal a few years ago. Now, all of a sudden, he's ranked to the upper echelons of the Republican Party, even spent the night in the White House, appearing in the Oval Office besides Trump, has met Vladimir Putin, has been present with meetings with Zelensky and many other world leaders alike. How the hell did someone who was never elected gain the position where he would have so much influence on our government, on our great nation? As I stated, he purchased his way in. It's not just an opinion, we'll talk about that. But between Trump and Elon, who's likely to win? And does all it take for someone of Elon's stature to simply be critical of Trump to completely fall out with MAGA? After all, just a few weeks ago, MAGA would have given you a laundry list of a resume full of accomplishments they believed Elon Musk had achieved. Yet here we are today, and you got MAGA defending personalities all over Fox News, from Jesse Waters to Greg Gutfeld, criticizing Elon now. Just a week ago, they were celebrating the guy when he was receiving a gold key to the nation from President Trump, who was also speaking very highly of Elon himself. But how did we get here? How did we get in a position where the world's wealthiest man that allegedly did so much is now being viewed so poorly by the folks who just favored him merely a few days ago? Check this out.
I don't think you can deny his genius. I'll use Starlink on my flight to London in a couple days, and it's a superior product. I owned a Tesla. But somehow we've decided in America that innovation and money replaces or obviates or excuses depravity. Cutting off aid to HIV-positive mothers, deciding what veterans should get benefits, cutting off SNAP payments, which have shown to have a positive net return when people run out of money for food at the end of the month. I mean, I think one of the wonderful things about being an American, and quite frankly, for me, what it means to be a man and what I try to teach my boys, is the whole point of prosperity is such that you can protect people. And I think the two of you are more impressed with Mr. Musk than I am. I think if somebody is making Nazi salutes, if somebody is being sued concurrently by two women for sole custody of their child because that person has not spent any time with that child, when someone is so severely addicted to drugs they can't get their shit together to show up to the White House without looking exceptionally high, I don't think that's the right role model for young men. So what I would ask to all of us is look at what money has done to us. That if someone can land a rocket on metal scissors or create a great EV, he's a genius. He's the wealthiest man in the world. But does that mean we should excuse depravity? Does that mean, unlike Bill Gates, he's not using his billions to help people? He's not planting trees, the shade of which he won't sit under? I think this is an individual who has literally come off the tracks, who is rabidly addicted to drugs and is using his immense power to get people elected, and that too many of us excuse what is abhorrent behavior. I think his legacy is not going to be an EV or putting rockets into space. I think it's going to be unnecessary death, disease, and disability of the world's most vulnerable. That is not what it means to be an innovator. It's not what it means to be an American. It's not what it means to be a man.
Wow.
So what do you think? Do you agree with the commentator there that the legacy of Elon Musk will be unnecessary death, disease, and disability. Fact is, if you ask yours truly, I do buy into that. And when the question is asked who is likely to win between Trump and Elon Musk, undoubtedly President Trump will emerge as the victor. But there's a whole lot more to this than just simply who emerges as the victor. Because Trump, while being untouchable, while being Teflon Don, that does not mean that Elon cannot essentially gut the Republican administration, gut the inner workings of MAGA. Fact is, if you got the kind of money Elon has and you start throwing around cash money to Republican politicians, people are going to start bending like a wet noodle. And Elon can certainly purchase elections, purchase primaries, and purchase politicians. Keep in mind, the only damn reason he's head of Doge is because he threw around enough money to the Trump administration. He literally purchased a 4-letter organization that did not exist. Yes, I'm referring to Doge. If he can purchase his way right into the White House, you don't think he can purchase senators, purchase members of Congress? So no, Trump is going to survive because MAGA's already started circling the wagons around President Trump. But that does not mean Elon doesn't have the power to significantly harm Trump's party as a whole by primarying people and buying off politicians and all of that. So what he could essentially do is potentially create cracks and weaknesses in Congress, in the Senate, which provides a force field around President Trump. That's the point, is that Elon can still do a hell of a lot of damage. Will Trump end up getting in any trouble or backlash behind any of this shit? Likely not. But he doesn't want to be torn apart from the inside out. And Elon absolutely has enough wealth, capability, and resolve to do that. Now, Kevin O'Leary was featured in this clip I just played you there, and he referred to what the other gentleman was saying as Musk derangement syndrome. I don't know where they get this from, but, you know, for the most part, most of MAGA that were highly favorable to Elon Musk are now critical of him. Now what this host pointed out when he talked about we're excusing abhorrent behavior and look where what money has gotten us into, I agree with that 100%. And that's where Elon has gathered all his power. He knows the weakness of the American population. It's money. We'll do any damn thing. We'll overlook anything if you provide us with money. As he pointed out, unnecessary death, disease, and disability. The reason all of that's happening, the reason all of these cuts are okay, is because they're telling the American population that we're saving you money. If I could save you money, would you be okay with me letting a few people die? Would you be okay with me holding back a few cures for various diseases, such as HIV research, cancer research, and a host of other shit they've been doing? And America has been giving them a resounding, yeah, sure. You got Americans who believe you should speed up the time in which you execute a prisoner because it saves tax money. We'll do any damn thing for money. And Elon Musk has a lot of it. So I'm going to make it clear, I do believe while Trump will survive, Elon has a lot of power because I don't think there's anyone that is involved in the Trump administration or the Republican Party that does not have a price tag if you meet it. I'm talking senators, I'm talking Congress, I'm talking members of his administration, et cetera, et cetera. At the end of the day, they're politicians. Is there anyone that does not believe politicians love money, love green? Do you really believe they can't be bought off when you literally watch Trump create a 4-letter organization simply because Elon gave him plenty of money? So understand that while Trump, Mr. Middle of Fifth Avenue, will likely survive, hopefully, survive anything Elon throws out, that don't mean it may not cause him all sorts of problems and chaos and could lead to cracks in his force field if Elon starts purchasing, lower level politicians from the inside out. That is absolutely doable. Absolutely doable. Like with the big, beautiful bill. You don't think Elon could make certain threats and shit and get some of those politicians to think the other way? A lot of them, the only reason they're backing Trump is they don't want to lose their political careers. Well, Elon can pose a significant danger to the survival of their political careers on his own. Just flood the zone with money and primary them. Could easily do that. So we'll see how that goes. And obviously, in regards to this whole battle, you do have Trump threatening to cancel contracts that Elon has, and Elon is firing back, talking about, decommissioning rockets and shit. Here's the problem with all this sparring back and forth between these two. Regardless of which one of these gentlemen wins, even though I think it may be Trump, but regardless of which one of them win, we lose. There is no upside in this for the American people with these two gentlemen going back and forth. There is no upside for us. Even for the folks on the left who are championing the fact that these two gentlemen are fighting, you're still not going to get anything out of this because they're canceling programs and fighting back and forth with each other in ways that are going to undoubtedly hurt liberals and Democrats too. Canceling programs and all of this shit. All that's going to hurt both sides. I mean, Trump is now talking about selling the damn Tesla that he got from Elon. So it's gotten real petty. But let me know in the comments, do you think that Elon could actually beat Trump? Actually cause some real damage to the Trump administration? What about what I just stated from the inside out? Purchasing politicians that will primary folks who are very loyal to Trump and putting in people that might be a little bit more loyal to Elon. What would you do if somebody came and told you, I got unlimited wealth for you, I want you to run for Congress? We'll help you with the ads, the commercials, we'll promote your campaign and everything. Is it something you might entertain? I mean, because Elon has an incredible amount of wealth. What are the chances that Trump is going to try to go after some of that money? We'll certainly see with that as well. And how far this goes, who knows? But we're here for the ride. As always, feel free to smash that like button, subscribe to the damn channel, click the notification bell. See you in the next video.